and I am here today, of course, definitely here today, and saying hello. How are you? How is everything going? And guess what? I am outside again because it is definitely warm weather here and it is in the 80s. Can you believe that? In the 80s, right? So, my lovelies, 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 tell me this. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything for everyone? I mean, seriously, everything for everyone. Because I know I felt that way. It's just always doing everything, everything this, everything that. Mommy this, mommy that. Mommy do this, mommy do that. And I mean, it's just so much. Sometimes it feels like it's too much. But you're still falling behind in your own life, right? Doing everything for everyone else and still falling behind in your own life. And you feel like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. Well, guess what? You're not alone. Sis, you are not alone. But what if I told you you don't have to choose between being a good mom and building the life of your dreams? So here we go. We're going to be discussing letting go of guilt and embracing grace. Finding your joy in your current season and reclaiming your time with intention. So, walk with me as we go ahead and talk about these topics. So, hey, lovely moms out there. I'm Leslie with Mother Motivated, and this is where I empower moms to prioritize themselves, rediscover your gifts, and live a fulfilled life of peace. Hey, Naomi, how are you? I help working moms just like you move from survival mode to actually thriving. Hi, Karthika. You can thrive spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Naomi, I am doing well, and I'm out here teaching moms how to slay motherhood. We're going to talk about letting go of guilt and embracing some peace, finding your joy in your current season, and reclaiming your time with intention. Hi, Salmon. How are you? Good to see you out here on this lovely, lovely day. And honestly, if it's not lovely where you are, just soak in some of the loveliness from where I am. I'm sitting outside. Naomi, you're only eight. Okay. Well, even if you are young, maybe you can spread some of this information to the moms that you do know. Hi, Marcel. How are you? So let's talk about the first one, letting go of the guilt and embracing that peace and that grace. Oh, thank you, Michaela. Thank you so very much. Guess what? You can take a lot of this information about motherhood and even bring it into your teenage life, right? Guess what? It's time to stop beating yourself up. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you very much. Remember, stop beating yourself up. Even as teenagers, stop beating yourself up. Stop comparing yourself to others. You know, you don't have to do it all. You can't do it all. You're not going to be perfect. But, um, you were never meant to do it all. You were never meant to be perfect. Oh, thank you, Michaela. Tell your friend, Hane, I said thank you as well. um, but guess what? You can gain your peace and release the guilt in your everyday life. When you begin to, yes, you don't have to be hard on yourself. But you know what? It takes a lot of practice. It took me some time. And what I did was I listened to a lot of motivational videos, a lot of motivational speeches, uplifting. I watched uplifting shows. I tried my best not to watch anything scary. I don't like scary, so I don't watch scary at all. And I don't watch like really intense movies where there's just a lot going on, because I like to keep my body, my mental state clean and clear and free from all of the, you know, powerful thoughts that are just not good, right? So, as we think, that's what we are. So we have to fill ourselves with the things that we want to think about. We have to surround ourselves with the people um, who are going where we want to go. So when you're talking about feeling hard on yourself, um, is it because you are surrounded by others who are hard on you? Or is it because you're comparing yourself to them? Sometimes we feel like we're behind. Like right now, I'm in this program with everyone it feels like they're all moving so fast. But just know that every time there's an intention to do better, that comes this, how do I say it? As the Word of God says, every time you choose to do good, evil presents itself. So every time you make the intention to do good, um, there's always some kind of disruption. So what I'm saying to you, Naomi, you have to be careful of what you're thinking, and remember that sometimes you think it because of who you're surrounding yourself with and what you're watching and what you're listening to. Remember that everything that you're taking in, it goes into your system, and it's not what goes in that defiles the man, it's what's coming out. So what's coming out of you is that you're feeling hard on yourself. Right now, we're learning to let go of that guilt and embrace the grace and the peace that God so gives to us. And so you have to change, and seeing that you're going through both, you have to change, you know, your surroundings and what you're listening to. If you would like some motivational support, you can definitely send me an email. Of course, I'm at mothermotivated@gmail.com. And, you know, I can try to send you some motivational ideas, videos that you can listen to, and definitely drop in the comment of, maybe some things that you would like motivation on. And this way I can bring my content towards that. We are definitely geared towards mothers, but I'm out here motivating you all, and hopefully soon one day you will be a loving mom out there who's already grown in your life, that you can start motivating others. But do know that you can have peace without guilt. Do know that in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 it says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." There's a lot of things that we carry on within ourselves that we can honestly just let go. We can let go of it. We can give it to God. There's so many things we carry around because of what we are exposed to. Who is speaking into us? You want people who are speaking life into you. You want people who are taking you in the right direction. Where is it that you want to go? Where is your end goal? And because you have an end goal, you have to find those who are moving in that direction. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, lovely moms out there, it's time for us to really let go and get around those other moms who are going in the direction where you would like to go in. And even if you're a teenager on here, be careful who you're hanging out with, because what they say, birds of a feather flock together. And you have to understand that sometimes we feel a certain way because of who we're with, the things they say. Are they speaking good words around you? Or are they loud? Are they quiet? What is it? And sometimes, even within ourselves, we get this feeling of uneasiness, and we have to listen, the gut feeling if something is going good or if it's going bad. But don't ignore the signs. So what I'm saying to you, and I mean, sure, be honest here, Naomi. It's not easy to actually move away from some of these things, and this is why you need support. Like I said, listening to motivational videos, this really helped me before I could move to the next level. And especially when you go onto YouTube, you find all these motivational videos, and then it leads to one video onto the next video. But do note that you're not weak. You're just human. And as humans, we do have weaknesses, and this is why we need support from each other and others to encourage us, because we will have down days and we will have up days. And on our up days, this is where we encourage others, right? But you have to equip yourself in order to be able to encourage someone else. And you are definitely worthy of rest and support. And sometimes we feel down because we're not resting enough, right? It's hard to let go of guilt and embrace that grace, because sometimes we're so tired, even in our minds, we can't even think about, just letting go of that guilt, because our minds are racing, 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 racing. And you need your mind to rest. And if you watch my other videos, I do talk about taking 10 minutes for yourself. It's for that busy mom. But even if you get that little quick 10 minutes of, even just closing your eyes and sitting there in silence, and if things are coming into your mind, just writing it down, learning to release. Okay? And so, Naomi, you're saying it's hard to stay away from certain people that you used to be around. It's not necessarily going to be easy, and it's definitely one step at a time. So, for example, let's say you want to build a business, and you always found yourself that maybe 4 times out of the week you were hanging out with these people, but you want to build a business. So, because you have the routine of always hanging out, what you can do is, little by little, is finding a different group of people who are actually building a business or are going in the direction that you want to go in. So finding like a business cohort or a group, and start replacing one day at a time. So instead of 4 days hanging out, then you start hanging out 3 days. And then you connect with the business people at that time. Then you make it 2 days you're hanging out with those business people. And then you make it 3 days, and then you can kind of curtail hanging out with certain people. This way, they're not the biggest influence to you, but sometimes, body shaming. As women, that's just something we do. But just to finish what I was talking about, is that eventually it becomes easier to stop hanging with a certain crowd and hanging out with the crowd that you want to take you in the direction you want to go. And so it does matter who you're hanging out with, and who you're listening to, what you're watching, who you're listening to, and of course, social media influences you. And when it comes up to body shaming, Michaela, as women, we all do it. So it's the same thing I'm going to tell you. Get around the right people, because words have power. You want people to speak. You want people who are going to speak good into your life, right? You don't want to just be around anyone, but someone who can encourage you. And even if you say to yourself, man, this doesn't look good on me, or you want friends who are going to be honest with you. And if something really doesn't look good, it's because it actually, it's not building you up, or maybe it really isn't flattering. I hope and pray that you have good friends who can tell you the truth in love, and that who will actually make suggestions that will take you in the direction you want to go and help you to feel better and to also look better. And when it comes, I'm not a pro when it comes up to bullying, but bullying can definitely bring you down a lot. But if you can understand what I've been talking about is what you're hearing and who you're listening to, I would have to know the specific situation, because you definitely want to not be in that situation where somebody is actually bullying you. But You want to get to the point where you can actually get away from that guilt and that grace. And it comes, a lot into what you're hearing and listening, because a lot of this can really affect you, and you want to move away from all of that. Um, so, as I said, you are worthy of rest and support. Topic number 2 is finding joy in your current season. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect in your life to actually find joy. Because remember what I said, every time there's some kind of intention, there comes disruption. Learn to be happy in whatever situation, being content in any situation you find yourself. You can find joy. Sometimes we think things are hard, but we don't realize that sometimes we're in situations because maybe God is trying to take us out of certain things. And sometimes we think some things are hard, but we can have joy and we can rejoice even when situations are hard, because your mental state in whatever situation you are in will help to take you to the next level. And so, Naomi, you have to get to the point where you are healthy. But you have to know what healthy is. And if you are healthy, it will help you to get to the right weight that you need to get to. And everyone's healthy is different, because everyone does not lack the same thing. And just because I have a certain diet to help me to be healthy, that diet may be different for you. So whatever still the season that you are in is mentally affecting you, right? And you really want to find that joy. And so, I don't know your personal situation, but wherever you are at this moment in time, you definitely need to get the support that you're in, especially if you're feeling uncomfortable because it's affecting you. You need to find that support. Well, it's good that you've lost that weight, and I hope that losing that weight has helped you to feel better. But if it hasn't helped you to feel better, then definitely you need a little bit more support. But like I said, you don't have to wait until everything's perfect in your life to enjoy your life. You can find peace and purpose when you stop waiting and you start living. So even when, well, it's good. I'm glad that it helped. And so therefore it is good for you. You don't have to wait to start living. And I hope you didn't wait to lose the weight to actually live a purposeful life. Just do know that in Psalms 118:24, this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So no matter where you find yourself or what day, if you think that you have more weight on you, it doesn't take away the fact that you can be joyful, that you can be happy in your current season, right? Even the messy days are worth celebrating. So Naomi, as you are here right now, I hope you are celebrating. But don't forget, I hope that you will like, subscribe, and that you will share this channel with all of your friends and moms and friends out there, because I'm out here working on motivating moms and everyday women, of course. So don't forget to celebrate no matter where you are, because they're part of your journey. And in your journey, remember to help someone else. And when you can help someone else, it helps you to continue to grow where you need to go. Naomi, I am so grateful that you found value in this, and that you definitely subscribed and liked. Don't forget, you can go ahead and watch my other videos. I do a lot of motivational on here because I am mother motivated. And I want you to feel better, but also within feeling better is doing better and knowing where your better is. So topic number 3 is reclaiming your time with intention. So it depends on what you're doing with your time. Um, I know that we say that we all need time or more hours in the day, but sometimes it's what we really need is clarity. We need a way to put our time together. And, I've created a group for moms to come together to help each other. Because sometimes we're so frustrated, it's very hard to do it on our own. There are a lot of things we cannot do on our own, and we need that support to take us to the next level. So, do know that when you do get that clarity, you can feel empowered, um, and helps you to make room for what truly matters. Because let me give you this example. Let's just say you think that you are actually broke, and someone says to you, all right, you need to pay $400 in order to move to the next level and do this. If you were in dire need, and you say, I don't have the money, but you were in dire need of, let's just say, healing your ankle, because right now you're having a hard time walking. It's so painful. Let's just say you're 20 years old and now you have to walk with a cane or a walker. And it's very hard to even stand up or play games, like if you're going onto the field, no matter what it is. But the pain is so excruciating to the point. Have you ever bitten your tongue and your entire body hurts? It's this kind of pain you have in your ankle and you cannot walk. It's very hard. Trust me, you will get to that point where you will bypass something else and pay that $400. So do know that you can reclaim your time once you have clarity on what's important. So you have to figure out what's important um, in your life. Um, oh, Loud, I'm very sorry that you lost a loved one. Um, but do remember that it's good to number your days, that you can gain a heart of wisdom. And the more you number your days and you figure out what is the most important thing that you have to do, according to Psalm 90 and 12, then it makes it easier for you to prioritize, because you don't need more hours in the day. You don't. Um, I'm glad you had sweet love. You know something, Loud? It's very difficult for a lot of people because a lot of them don't have love. And the mere fact that you found love is a really good thing. And I'm so grateful that you were able to find love, because it's not easy to get it, to have it. And do you know that love is an action word? You choose to love. And that other person chose to love you. And it's a special thing to actually find that complete love. Someone who definitely completes you and makes you feel good. Not everyone has it. And so I say to you that you are blessed. You are absolutely and truly blessed to have experienced that. Sometimes we lose things. Um, Thank you so much, Loud. um, you know what? That's really good to know, because, like I always tell people, um, it's not what goes in that defiles you, but it's what comes out. And like I was saying before in my topics, is that you have to surround yourself with people who will take you to the place you want to go. I like to be happy and I like to encourage others, but I wasn't always at that point. And I was saying that I always listen to motivational videos and shows and things that are uplifting. So now, because I have put that within me, it's easier to smile. It's not hard. Um, and so even when I have difficult days and difficult times, it becomes so much easier to have a smile on my face because of how I've curtailed my life. Right? So, wisdom comes when you start saying no to what drains you and yes to what helps you to grow. And so, my smile is bright because I started saying yes to me growing into a joyful person. So no matter what my situation was, I chose to have joy because the God I serve brings me joy and peace. So I have chosen to have this bright smile, like you said, Loud. And thank you so much for recognizing it. And so, I want to give you guys some action steps. What's one area you can give yourself grace in today? Go ahead and drop it in the comments and let me know. Um, what's that area you can give yourself grace in? And let me know. And so let's have a discussion about it. How can you celebrate the small wins in your current season? How can you celebrate the small wins in your current season? Let me know. I'd love to discuss that with you in the comments. And then I will do another video on here. What's one commitment you can remove to reclaim your time this week? Let's not make ourselves over busy, but figure out what's really important. For me, I am going to spend a lot of time working on my business and decluttering my home because I like to have a clear mind. Okay? I want you to drop them in the comments and also write them down, pray on them, and act on them. Yes. So, just know you don't have to earn rest or joy. My phone is getting really hot here. You don't have to earn rest or joy. You are worthy of it, right? It's already yours. So today, give yourself permission to breathe, grow, and be more than a title. You're not just a working mom. You're a whole mom, chosen to be called mom. If this encouraged you, make sure to like, share, and share this with a friend or another mom. And I'm hoping you found that motivation today. You are a motivated mother, and you are worth it. And as I always say, I love you. I love you. I love you. Don't forget to watch my other videos to gain some more motivation. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with another mom. And you all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget your action steps and drop them in the comments. And I'll repeat them here. What's one area you can give grace in today? How can you celebrate the small wins in your current season? And what's one commitment you can remove from your schedule this week in order to find the time that you so need and prioritize? I love you. I love you. I love you. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.